Oh, these are I need these boys. They're kind of making me not, like, punch a hole in the wall. It's been about 3 months since The Rise of Skywalker came out, and... Oh, man. I can't even do this for myself. So here's my buddy!
Camera action.
Camera action. All right, so, wow, there's a lot to discuss in this film. It's 3 months overdue, but I haven't had time. You know, college sucks and everything. Actually, it's pretty awesome, but all I can say is I'm not going to be able to discuss this dumpster fire without somebody who actually loves the film. Say hello to my buddy Trace.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah.
I am Trace William Edwards, and this is my best pal, Logan Lockwood.
Thanks, man. All I can say is he's been waiting to do a video with me for a while. I'm like, why don't we do the only Star Wars film that I have not reviewed, and in my new and improved studio?
That's right. We're doing The Rise of Skywalker, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Logan,
You keep going.
Which side will you do?
I hated the film. How about you?
I actually rather enjoyed it.
Perfect. So let's talk about some of the details. Let's start out with the fact that the elephant in the room, the Emperor, is back. What did you think of that?
I thought it was, wow, shocker. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, nobody saw it coming. In fact, it was like it wasn't even planned. It was like a last-minute decision. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Or then again, maybe it was planned and we just didn't know it.
Well, all I can say is at least Snoke. Weren't they building up Snoke for something?
Yeah, I remember like they had clones of Snoke in the movie.
Yeah, they had clones of Snoke, and all I can say is they needed a plan. This movie is the definition of have a plan for your trilogy, and it was entertaining because I had the worst expectations going into this film.
Well, I didn't have expectations, period.
You see that? No expectations from a Star Wars fan. Literally, and I had bad expectations. I was expecting a dumpster fire. I rather was entertained, but only because I thought it was going to be the worst thing I ever saw. And it kind of was, but I enjoyed what I saw for a little bit. There were a couple of moments in here that made it better than The Last Jedi. Like what you said.
Okay, let's start from the first example I can think of. What's the first example I can think of? Well, how about, let's start the fact with that we saw Kylo Ren actually help defeat Palpatine.
Yeah, well, we saw that coming from the beginning. He was going to go back to the light side, and he's going to die. We all knew that was going to happen.
Just like Darth Vader.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't exactly a shocker because the original trilogy did it first. Honestly, I was fine with Kylo Ren's arc, like his story arc, was really good in the film. I thought, like, the trilogy itself has been terrible to the characters. The legacy, the new characters, but Kylo had a really good character arc, I thought. They finished him off all right. What do you think?
But Rey is cool.
She's cool. I'll give you that. I like her, like the actress. I think she's really cool. I think she could have been a great character, but they made her a little too powerful. Like, she made her a little OP. I mean, come on. What's up with the force healing thing? Force healing.
Baby Yoda did it in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? They literally released that episode with him healing that thing, the Mandalorian episode, 2 days before the movie came out, just so they can explain that it's actually possible.
Okay.
It's nice that you like all that. My only gripe with the whole force healing thing, like, they have that in the extended universe, but apparently that's not canon anymore.
Okay, like Legends. Legends is opposite of canon.
Yeah, that makes sense. The whole force healing thing, it would have been better, but Luke didn't know how to do it. None of the Jedi knew how to force heal except Rey. So what?
Oh, and Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, exactly. But it's just something they tagged on there. But if there's force healing, there's no point in. There's no tension. You know, characters die and they could just bring them back for some reason.
Well, maybe they can't. Like, maybe there are limits to the force healing.
Not in this trilogy.
Okay.
But yeah,
my turn.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's review something positive about the movie.
All right.
How about the fact that stormtroopers were flying, and
They fly now.
yeah, they fly now.
Oh man, cheesy lines.
Yeah,
I love it.
but how about the fact that it worked like emotionally for us when C-3PO takes a look around and says, I want to take one last look at my friends.
Yeah, C-3PO wasn't destroyed. I thought that was a nice little moment, but I would have loved if he was like looking into his memory banks of my friends, my original friends. But the only problem I have with that line is that C-3PO literally hasn't known these characters for that long. Like if you look at the timeline of this trilogy, there's not a lot of time they spend together. And I'll give you a positive from me. This is my biggest positive. All three of the main characters, Poe, Finn, Rey, they're all together doing what the original trilogy characters did. They're talking, they're doing the flirty thing, they're being like, they're competing against each other. They didn't get that in the last two films. They were all separate.
Okay, so Logan, let's hear something negative about the movie from you.
Oh yeah. Well, Palpatine coming back, it retcons Darth Vader's arc completely, so that's why I can't stand that aspect. Maybe, it was cool seeing him again. And then, Rey's overpowered, we all know that, but that was kind of Last Jedi. I think there's one I'm trying to remember. How disjointed this trilogy's become. This film, you can look at this film completely separate from 7 and 8.
Yeah. Thanks, J.J. Abrams.
I'll give JJ a little bit of credit because he had to pick up the mess of The Last Jedi, which both of us can agree was a lot worse than this film. This film was a lot better than The Last Jedi.
Being honest, The Rise of Skywalker was a lot better than The Last Jedi.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was a lot better. But
okay, so you remember, Rise of Skywalker has like 56% on Rotten Tomatoes, and The Last Jedi has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
come on.
I think it's 91, but still, it's because I'm not gonna force you into the details that I come into. I'm in that whole fandom menace type thing just for the fans, but that whole thing was just crazy. The media's trying to make this, like, they try to hype this new Star Wars as awesome, but now The Rise of Skywalker, I believe by now nobody cares. Like, everybody's going against Star Wars now. The media, all the fans are gone. Like, Star Wars is dead. And it really wasn't this film. It was just a combination of right when Disney bought Star Wars to now. They did pretty much everything wrong with it.
Disney slowly killed Star Wars.
They slowly killed Star Wars.
They gave each character. They assassinated each character one at a time.
If I'm being honest, I would have been better off with the original trilogies, like having those kind of deaths, but only they were justified. Like Han Solo in Force Awakens, that was fine for the time because he wasn't going to come back for another film, and you wanted to make Kylo Ren. You want to make it look more like he needs to die or something. Han Solo's death I wasn't particularly mad at. They botched Luke in The Last Jedi, so they completely... His whole reason in the original trilogy was he knows that he can bring people... He hopes that there's still good in his father, but he literally says there's no good in Kylo Ren in this trilogy. He's lost hope. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. Luke's a cool guy. Why would he do that?
In this film, they turn Luke's, like, what they did in The Last Jedi to Luke, they turned it around. Remember when he catches the lightsaber? He's like, a lightsaber's weapon deserves more respect.
It's a Jedi's weapon, deserves more respect.
J.J. Abrams just took a lot of stabs at Rian Johnson's Last Jedi. Like, they took a lot of stabs at it, and I thought that was insanely hilarious.
Yeah.
You got anything? What another positive you got?
How about the fact that the final battle with all the Star Destroyers was epic? They're not attacking, they're just people rising up.
If I'm being honest about that last battle, visually, the visual effects and the music are the best things about Star Wars films, I think, at this point. Because you got the same guy doing the music for 40 years. This was his last one, and I thought that was kind of sad because they basically ended this whole Skywalker saga on a whimper, basically. It sucked. But I will say this, the final battle was all right, but we've already seen stuff like that before, so it wasn't really, and they kind of copied Endgame a little bit. Remember the scene where he's like, I am all the Sith, and I am all the Jedi. It's like, I am inevitable, I am Iron Man type stuff. You get it?
Actually, I didn't know that. Thanks for pointing that out.
I knew that right when I saw it. I was like, that's... I think you're trying to do the epicness of Endgame, just not as well, because, let's face it, Endgame was awesome, right? Absolutely awesome. It ended our childhoods on high notes. But this ended the Star Wars on a low note for our childhood. Yeah. So, and then I think all the ships showing up, like with Lando let's talk about Lando. I love that he was back and they didn't kill him off. They didn't kill him off. I am so glad they didn't kill another character off.
Yeah, if we're being honest, Disney favors Marvel more than Star Wars.
No, here's the thing. I know all this stuff. Disney just got the wrong people in charge of this. You know Kevin Feige, right? You gotta know him. He is brilliant and he cares about like the universe he created. He likes it. They're kind of moving to the politics direction, which I don't like, but that's another time.
Yeah, screw politics. They should just stick with entertainment.
I like that.
Politics are for, well, politicians. This is Disney we're talking about. They should stick to what they do best, entertaining people.
That should be, you should put that on mugs or something. That's exactly that's my obsession for years. This is the Star Wars situation. The people running it, they favored politics over storytelling, and it just completely crumbled.
Yes, I agree. People should favor storytelling over politics. Like, people are trading quality for ease. It's biting them in their nutsacks.
Yeah, that's basically how it runs. I have no problem with politics. Like, you notice that all the characters, Rey, they wanted her to be like her girl because the others were guys, and then Finn, he's black. Poe, he's Middle Eastern. I didn't care about their ethnicities or genders.
I just care about politics, period.
Yeah, I don't care about them either, but only when they're infecting things I love, which is basically what's going on. But we'll finish off with that. But basically, I will finish this off with a good. The Force Awakens, I thought, did a good job at setting up. The Rise of Skywalker crumbled the entire storyline. I mean, and then this one, but I think we're forgetting a couple other elephants that I hated. Really raise a Palpatine now? Like, that was garbage. Like, they set this up in The Force Awakens, and they should have done it in The Last Jedi, but they made her nobody, and now she's a Palpatine. It's garbage. I don't know why they had to make her a Palpatine at this point. They just forced that in.
I don't know either.
And then the ending was the worst way to end this film. It was the thing I hated most. I'm Rey Skywalker.
I give it. Luke gave up his family name to Rey.
Yeah. All I can say about that is if you want to be called a Skywalker, you got to go in the back alley and cut your hand off. Am I right?
Well, maybe.
Well, it's because
if you want to be a Palpatine, you got to take over the galaxy.
Yeah, I'll give him that. If Rey was just like if Rey killed a Palpatine, you'd be like, these guys are all dead. That would be a much better ending than what we got here. But her calling herself a Skywalker, it was cringe. And all I could, if you wanted to make her a Skywalker, you should have made her a Skywalker. I don't care. I thought she was gonna be like related to Luke, Luke was gonna be her father or something. And I know that would have been like a little obvious, but they set that up in The Force Awakens. But it would have been a lot nicer than the whole. They tried to rush too much into this movie. They tried to force too many things because The Last Jedi did nothing to the story. It completely slowed it down, I would say, literally.
Yeah, Last Jedi stunk.
Yeah.
If I had to say one last little positive thing.
Yeah.
If you think that the sequel trilogy is worse than the prequel trilogy, you're either lying or you're just completely insane.
I'm probably completely insane because I like the prequels before the sequels. It's only because I'm definitely insane. Like, I'll give you that. But the prequels, they had the lore. This whole sequel trilogy, it went away from all the things that made Star Wars great. And that's my problem. The sequels have bad writing and they're not good movies. Like, I know that. But I enjoy them because, and that's my problem. I enjoy them because I grew up with them. The people who grew up with this sequel trilogy, they're going to be in 20 years the ones talking about how great they are. And then there's going to be another trilogy that sucks. So why can't they make a trilogy good in Star Wars anymore? That's my question.
It's because we got some real idiots running the show.
We got some real idiots running the sequel trilogy. George Lucas, when he did the prequels, he just didn't know how to write dialogue, my opinion. The lore. Sorry, the video cut out, but we'll finish this up right now because I can edit this.
Okay. Well,
So, you got any more positives I can finish up with?
Okay, how about...
My mom,
okay,
she keeps calling me.
so-
I'm sorry, Mom, but I gotta finish this video.
I mean, come on. One last positive. it was at least better than The Last Jedi.
That's a good positive. I'll take that. I'll drink to that. In my opinion, I think the entertainment is off the charts. I think it's probably the most entertaining because it literally gives us all the fan service that it's shoved down our throats because they wanted to bring fans back in, and that kind of worked. And then I think entertaining wise, it was entertaining, but the whole thing, all the plot points and storylines and all the execution, I consider this film a greatly executed set of bad ideas, because Palpatine coming back, calling her Rey Skywalker, her being a Palpatine, all these plot lines I hate, but somehow okay, we keep forgetting stuff because there's so many bad things in this film.
Yeah, okay. I think it's time we end it.
One more. Raylo, the kiss.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, yeah. What was that? Apparently they're releasing a bunch of garbage after the fact, like these books and stuff, that explain why that was there. And all I can say is, why was it there? I mean, they said a Finn and Rey would have been a thing, but that never happened.
Yeah, thanks. I would have loved to see Finn and Rey kiss more than Finn and Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I thought Finn and Rey would have been a nice little couple, like Rey being the Jedi, and Finn apparently would have been nice.
Okay, so if we're being honest, the prequel trilogy was better than the sequel trilogy.
Prequels at least were Star Warsy. These films feel like rip-offs, like Disney fan fiction of Star Wars, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Disney was just not the right... Disney just put the wrong people in charge.
Well, I have a feeling that in the next year or so, they're gonna completely revitalize the company, because there's no Star Wars films coming out, and it was a dumpster fire. The film isn't even profitable at this point. Like, it made $1 billion, but it cost $1 billion to make. The marketing and the production, it was like 900 million or something.
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish off there. We'll finish the video there, and I'll get this guy off. But thank you, Trace, for talking with this, and I'm so glad.
You're welcome, Logan. It's great to be. This is my first YouTube video.
It's nice. He's been asking for a while, and I finally delivered, and I feel great about that because this film is a mess, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to talk about it. So, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment on what your opinion of the video is.
And if you want to see me in more videos, you just have to ask.
Yeah. If this gets 100 views in a day, he'll be next week, right?
I can work with that.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.